everyone, Sam here. I've been a member of Protrader for about 17 years now. I don't work for the company, just a loyal member, and I just wanted to quickly, for a bit of fun, show everyone one of the best scans on the system, which is the weekly Darvas Box scan. It's designed for people who like to follow major trends and trade breakout and stick with winners. And so it's not really a short-term trading vehicle, although it can be in order to find entries. However, the system is also designed for long-term traders or long-term investors or medium-term investors who wish to stay with a big trend. And so the scan I do on a weekly basis is I just go to this search function here and I press Sam's Darvas Box. Then when it's on a weekly data setting, I just change the bars to 10, and then I'm just going to leave everything else blank other than some basic filters here so that we're not getting really illiquid companies, okay? Then I'll press scan on that. The scan just takes a few seconds, okay? And we're, at the end, in the middle of this coronavirus kind of thing at the moment, so it's not finding half as many charts as it usually does, but I just wanted to show the power of it. So the results come up here on the right, and we can just scroll through them quickly. So A2M milk, I mean, this is a bit of a messy, choppy Darvas Box here, but what happened, the rules are that you buy it on the break of this consolidation range, and you put a stop loss down at the bottom here, okay? And so there's a bit of a buffer there, and it's a bit of a wide stop loss, but for people who are busy and just wish to manage their investments, once a week on the weekends or something like that, then it's a very, very powerful, suitable strategy. And so A2M is one good example. We'll just run through a few more. A lot of these Darvas Box trades probably would have ended, but they're still coming up in the scan because the bottom of the box hasn't been pierced, okay? So here's another entry back here, which would have been a very good trade. That's a different sort of thing. Coca-Cola, this is just a short-term Darvas Box there that would have been another good trade. Let's just quickly scroll through. Okay, here's a nice example from Fisher and Paykel, which it's had 3 weekly Darvas Boxes now, and a nice trend. The first entry was back at close to $16, and the company's up, went up to over $30. So the stop loss has never been touched here if you're using the traditional strategy, which is the stop loss at the bottom of the box, and you just trail your stop loss up, and it's just the sort of strategy that anyone can do, really, as long as you have the discipline to stick to the rules. Here's another one here with gold, the gold chart. Okay, so this is obviously an ETF for gold, not the actual futures gold chart or anything. So this is a major trend, and you can combine it with base breakout. So if we look here, we had a huge base forming for all this time. We had a breakout and then a Darvas Box formed and another one, okay, and now it's forming another one, okay? And so it just gives super clean entries and a very easy way to invest in the stock market. Just going to show just 2 examples from overseas charts. So I can do this same scan now on NYSE data, New York Stock Exchange data. So I'll just run that scan. Okay, so on the scan of the NYSE data, FDC is just a nice example of even during the coronavirus stuff, FDC set up in a really nice sideways base. The system picks up this volume spike here and the big move up, and then the sideways consolidation, and the algorithms of the system creates this Darvas Box here. So it's finding explosive companies that are in uptrends that then have a sideways patch before breaking out again. So this is a good example of a weekly Darvas Box setup that literally you just do the scans, find the setups you like, put your orders in, and then you're not staring at it all day long. You're just treating it like Nicholas Darvas did it in the 60s, and you're just looking at end-of-day data, or even you're just looking at it on the weekend and trying to ride the major trend. I'm just going to do a scan now on NASDAQ data to show one example there, and then okay, so here's just a few NASDAQ charts. Here's an example just of a kind of a bank share company, a financial services company. Bit slower moving usually, but it finds Darvas scans and setups in any sector across the stock market. And so here's just an example of a box that's set up, had a big bounce on big volume, and then it based sideways for about 7 or 8 weeks before breaking up, okay? And came back into the box and then chopped around, and then just the trend continued up. And so this obviously the short-term traders can use this break from the box here for short-term trades. However, for those wanting to follow a long-term trend trading system, that's really what it's designed for and how it's set up, okay? But you can make it your own and trade your own strategy with it. We'll just flick to one more. Okay, this company, another company on the NASDAQ, it formed this Darvas Box here in late 2019, it took out this old high here and then formed about 5 weeks of in a tight range and then broke out and had a really huge move. Okay, all this volatility here is coronavirus related. Okay, so but it had a huge move leading up to that, and whether or not would still be in there depends on your strategy. So this finds the entry points, and it's up to individual investors and traders to figure out how they're going to manage those positions. But it certainly provides, for me, just really good entry points for me, and gets me into major trends. And that's why I think it's such a powerful scan. Cheers.